Hey guys, it's your girl and I'm back again. This is a continuation. So you're welcome to FYP for your pleasure, and on today's episode, we'll be talking about the second generation of influencers and the next generation of influencers. If you're wondering why we are starting from the second generation and then following to the next generation, then it means we had a conversation about the first generation of influencers in our previous episodes. If you haven't checked it out, please do before you come here so that you understand every single thing I'm going to talk about. When we say second generation of influencers, second gen, it simply means influencers that are popping right now, the ones that are popular, the ones that when you just mention their name, you don't need to think a lot before you know that, oh yeah, this is the person you're talking about. And then when you talk about the next generation of influencers, they're the ones that I feel more basel. Yeah, they are now coming up. Their names are not that loud, but like one people know them. Yeah, so that is the next generation. So let me give you a list of people that fall under the category of the second generation of influencers. We have Ama Burland, we have Gisela, we have Koja Jr., we have there's a lot. There's a lot. Even, I'm even forgetting some of the names. We have the dancers. We have Afronita. We have Endurance Grand. We have Champion Rolly. We have Endurance. We have the Dulcie. We have the Mish Brothers. And yeah, we have Cookie. We have Fimba. We have the Gang Squad. And when we talk about the next generation of influencers, the names include Ellen Osabutey. Please don't come for me. Ellen Osabutey, we have Ajati, we have AJ Brown, we have Carissa, we have Nhyira, we have Ahmed, and we have Sweet Paula. Yes. So now, let's talk about this. We've had the first generation, we have the second generation now, and we have the third generation, which is the next one that's going to come up. But then when you look at all these generations, there is one common factor that we see when we take a look at them. The first generation, when they started the word popping, we didn't know who was going to be the next generation of influencers. We didn't see any influencer from the first generation putting this generation on me like, oh, this girl, my girl, Ama Burland, she's doing amazing. Like, you guys should watch out for her. We didn't see any first gen taking the hands of, the current gen, which is the second one, up and be like, oh, this is how we do it. Oh, we do this, blah, blah. Like, there was no mentoring. Like, we didn't see any mentoring. If you saw that, you can comment in the section, put the link there. I'll go and check it out. I'll go and verify. But with me, I didn't see any mentoring. I didn't see anyone being like, oh, this girl, like, she knows what's up. Like, she's coming up. She has the potential. Now, when we look at the second generation, like, I just have to address that elephant in the room right now. I don't see anyone in the second generation of influencer, or should I say influencering. I don't see anyone from that generation putting anybody on. Like, tell me, if you know someone putting someone on, tell me. Well, although we see like some of the next gen people chilling, moving out with them, like it doesn't necessarily mean they are putting them on. Like we're having fun together, that's normal. But then if someone doesn't mention your name in the conversation, or if someone doesn't push you somewhere, you're still gonna be wherever you are. So although we see them moving with some of the next gen, blah blah blah, we don't see them putting them on. Like I said, you can tell me if you are seeing. Maybe I've not seen it all, and obviously I can't see it all. So you can tell me if you are seeing it. Now, my problem is, why can't we be different at all? Like, do we have to do things that like the previous people are doing? I think for once you can be different and then, change the narrative. Be like, oh, when I started my influencer journey, I had no one that was, showing me like the ins and outs of the space. There was no one that was saying that, oh, do this, do that. There was no one that was saying that, oh, like if you contact this person, it'll be easy to get this. You could be like, oh, I had no one that was doing that for me. So why don't I take upon like a few people or at least one person and be like, hi, like Adrati, I see you're coming up. Like, I think you have so much potential. Like, yeah, you can do this and this and this. We don't see that right now. I said if you see, they come and tell me. But me, I've not seen it right now. I don't see them doing that. So I feel like as individuals, we should be different. We should strive to be different. We should learn to be different and, do what we wanted people to do for us that they couldn't do. We do it for the next people that are about to come. Now, I've spoken about the first generation, second generation, and the next gen. So in the second generation, I made mention of dancers that are also influencers. So we have like the champion Rolly, Afronita, Endurance, we have Leah dancers, we have Dempsey Bay. Now, the question is, how have dancers taken over the space of, like, let me not say taking the space of influencers, but how have dancers taking control of the space? Now, when you look at the dancers, you realize that they are the most followed people on the social media platforms than even the influencers you love so much. Now, let's get a look at Endurance Grant. She has over 10 million, just over 10 million followers. Like, tell me why. Like, who knew dancing could have done so much? Because if I had known dancing could have done so much, when I was dancing for my uncles and my aunties in their house and, at the parties, I could have taken that dancing serious, invested or made my auntie, uncles, parents invested in that career for me to come out and be like Afronita, be like Endurance, and be like all those people. Because it's shocking. If you look at like TikTokers in West Africa, if you're ranking them, and we say, okay, let's have a top 10 influencers that are doing the most or that are the most followed people on TikTok. Let me tell you something. Our girl Endurance Grant, like she's our girl because she's Ghanaian. Our girl Endurance Grant is going to fall in that category. And sometimes I say unfortunately, but fortunately, it's nice what the dancers are doing, but then no one would have known that. Oh yeah, the dancers would grow, be in the space more to take over the people that like we used to be like, oh, wait, you're your influencer or your content creator. Like no one knew dance could have done that. So in extension, it's funny how like the names I've mentioned, people have spoken about, ranging from the first generation, second generation to the third generation. Like they've done all they could have done, but then it is sad, it is shocking how those names have sparked conversations and they can't amount to what the dancers are doing. Is this something you think the content creators / influencers are not doing well, that the dancers are doing better? Let us know, let them know so that they can also do better. Also, I don't know why I have to say like dancers, content creators, because right now it looks like dancers are also influencers. So if there is something that the influencers / dancers are doing so better that our regular content creators, influencers are not doing, please let us know. Now let's talk about this. Now dancers are able to get brand deals. Like dancers are getting brand deals. You don't see influencers really getting the brand deals. Well, what we see them doing is, creating like awareness for a product for people to purchase more. Like you see, like we all saw our girl Afronita getting a brand deal from Calipo. Like bro, when I saw the video, I wish I was in that spot because I love Calipo so much. So Calipo, if you chance on this video too, you can come and sponsor my show. Period. So yeah, we see our girl Afronita getting brand deals, and I don't think I've seen any influencer getting a brand deal. Like, I've not seen it. I've not seen any influencer, like, announced as, like, being a brand person. Like, you see Stoneboy doing, like, Stoneboy is, like, the face of this. Stoneboy is the brand of this. I don't see any influencer doing that. Now, when you look at the dancer, we have, like, Endurance. Endurance is the face of a brand. Like, we have Afronita, face of a brand. But then we don't see our influencers doing that. So if there is something that the dancers, 10 influencers are doing way better than our content creators, influencers, please, you guys have to step up your game. Like, find the portals, like, find out what you're missing in the industry, pick it up, do it better so that at least you can be in line with the dancers. Or you see, when people are shouting your name, you go to be like, hey, yeah, Endurance Day, but me too a day. You get me? Thank you. So whilst our dancers and influencers are getting all the brand deals, dancers, like, don't keep everything to yourself. Give our influencers the tips so that they could maybe work on how best they can put themselves together to also be attracting the brand deals you guys are attracting. Then also, on my next episode, I'll be talking about how influencers, dancers are able to attract brand deals, what they do enough to get the attention of these big companies so that maybe our content creators that are not able to attract those deals can learn, they can do better and also, be the better ones. Peace out.